What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, I'm so excited to check out the sophomore release from Tate McRae, Think Later. I just recently did a reaction to I Used to Think I Could Fly, and I love that album so much. You could just tell right away that Tate McRae is something special in music, especially in pop, and I'm really excited to see where that goes. Now, we've checked out Greedy and X's, and those two tracks, in my opinion, are next level, just solid pop hits, so I cannot wait for this album. Before we get into today's video, I just want to plug my Patreon. I do these album releases as full uncut album listening parties over on Patreon. That's where I press record, we listen to the album together, so the reactions are way longer, nothing's cut out. There's like a lot more going on. So if you're interested in a longer format of a video, I have over 100 album reactions over on Patreon, links in the description, including I Used to Think I Could Fly. So you can check out Think Later, which is already up if you're watching this on YouTube, and I Used to Think I Could Fly. If you guys want to check those out, it would mean the world to me. It literally is what supports my channel. YouTube, obviously, I'm not monetizing these, reactions, right? So like, yeah, I appreciate y'all so much. Anyways, with all that out of the way, I'm looking forward to this. Now, like I said, the only two songs we're not going to do on here are Greedy and X's, and that's only because I did full videos for them. So I just want to listen to all the tracks I haven't heard. So we got 12 songs we're going to listen to off Think Later. We're starting with Cut My Hair, and let's do it. Woo! Okay, I'm such a fan of her voice. I've seen like a lot of opinions on Twitter, people just like deciding like, do they like Tate McRae? Do they not? I am a big fan of her vocals. I truly feel like it brings out a lot of things I love about pop music from the 2000s, and she really plays into that with these instrumental choices. Oh yeah. These instrumentals, they're pretty heavy in the back. They've got much more of like a hip hop sort of feel to them. And I love that pop has always crossed over with hip hop, because you get instrumentals like this and they're really solid, and they're like super intricate too sometimes. Oh yeah, it comes back in so good right there. Okay, so this is when you're in that feel, right? Whenever you maybe are really into somebody, or you had a relationship that ended, but you want to go out and you want to like bring all of those best qualities to yourself to life, to put on the forefront, over accentuate those things so that the person that you're trying to either gain their attention or win back, you show them like, do you see what I'm able to do? That person you're with can't do it like I do. Hey, she just finds such a good groove in these songs, and her voice fits so perfectly in it. The nostalgia piece of anything that sounds like this. I feel like I Used to Think I Could Fly had its own style. Like, she definitely was trying a lot of styles too there too, and I do feel like she executed on all of them. But there is something about that nostalgia button that's getting pressed whenever you're hitting these like 2000s pop style kind of hits, and I'm such a fan. Hey, like, come on. She just got such a beautiful voice for pop music. I feel like pop music has to be the butt end of the joke for no reason, because I think any person, like, you could sit down and enjoy this fucking album, right? Just on one song. Like, the hype is there. It's so real. And the other thing I love about pop music is, like, if Tate McRae's vocals weren't in this could have been a hip hop track, right? Like, you literally could have like had Tate do the chorus, and then those verses are set up for any lyricist to come in and give you, like, I wouldn't be surprised to hear a remix of Cut My Hair, because the instrumental is literally made for hip hop. That's my kind of pop right there. It's so fucking good. Again, love her voice so much in this. That's something that I think is going to carry throughout this, just like I felt in I Used to Think I Could Fly. That's just such a great vocal style, and I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I love it. Okay, obviously, I just did a video for Greedy, so we're not going to do Greedy, although I've been listening to that song way too much lately. Okay, Run for the Hills. Hands through my hair, long talks, red eyes, clothes everywhere. Oh, yeah. Maybe the danger's covered by straight to the heart, yeah, you go. See, that's tough, right? You're in a relationship, you're kind of all in, even though you know that it's not a good situation. And so even though you should be running for the hills because you're fully aware that this is all a red flag, you can't stop. And I think that is the downside of the fucking human condition, right? Is that we know something's bad for us, but it just feels good. And so we don't stop. Woo! Oh, fuck. Yes. Hey. Fuck, dude. She just has like, there's like an energy that comes out of these songs where even if it's sad, like this is obviously like another sad track. Again, another thing I love about pop, but it's another sad track, right? We're talking about somebody who is literally the wrong person for you. And you know that. And when they touch you, you feel like you should be running for the hills, but we're weak. We fucking fall for these things. And I think Tate sounds incredible here. I love the instrumental again. I love the lyricism. Tate really is the fucking moment for pop music and I'm so into it. Okay, this is Hurt My Feelings. Hey. Fucking heavy synthesizer in the back. Okay, this is another reason I love pop music. Like, can we just talk about how well written this is right here? And also, maybe I just love Tate's vocals too much, but like, just listen to how good this is when she does it. Hit that heavy bass right there. Woo! It's just so melodic. Dude, this is fucking sick. This is the album right here. How you gonna release this at the end of the year? Yeah, short and sweet. I don't know why it's so short, but I said this before with her music. It feels like even though these songs are short, they don't feel short. Like they feel like full songs. It's because of that really good writing style that, you know, good verses, solid pre-chorus into a chorus, a little bit of post-chorus coming out of that. And even in 2 minutes, I feel like I got all of that. Do I wish this was 6 minutes? Yeah, this is definitely my favorite song on the album so far. I love the writing in that chorus so much, and I feel like with an artist like Tate, you can really shine in those little vocal runs and like little different melodies and cadences you're trying in the verse, and it sounds, or in the chorus, and it sounds fucking sick because she's amazing. So this next track is Grave.
One chance, two chances, three, think I got too much sympathy, and only dig the grave so deep before you start to take me down with you. Never really change you like I thought that I could.
Okay. So I'm really glad I did. I used to think I could fly too, because I feel like I get to see a lot of range from her. I really love these pop ballads that she does when she does them, because again, we're talking about somebody that is the total package right now in pop music. Like the singles that are coming out are so strong. There's so much dance. It's just everything that I love about that like big push in pop in the 90s and 2000s really comes to life through Tate. The pop ballads are really sick because on top of all those other things, she's also just an incredible vocalist. And I like the range she sings in a lot. I like the tone of her voice so much. So it's like a very special treat to get to, you know, enjoy these ballads like this. Oh my God. This is the thing, right? You end up in these relationships because you find somebody that you care about, or that you feel like you're attracted to or pulled to somehow. And it turns out you can't change them. You can't fix any of the issues that they have. And no matter how much you love them, they're always going to love themselves more. And you're always going to love them more than they love you. And that kind of relationship is almost impossible to make well. Like you can't live that way. Woo! Those backing runs she does. Oh yeah, come on. One more time. Yes. Yep, you can only try to save something that's not already gone. You're reaching for something that unfortunately you can't fix. And I feel like, again, just like what I talked about, if you love somebody and they don't love you the same, if you are putting the effort in a relationship and they're not putting the same, if you are consistently having to try to change somebody, that's not love, right? So like you may really be infatuated with them, but you know, to change somebody would be to unlove them, right? It's like if you love somebody, you accept them for who they are and all those things. So I feel like Tate's just reaching for anything at that point to try to save that relationship, even though it kind of seems like it's very obvious that it will not be happening. I also feel like between this album and her first album, there's like a lot of feelings, right? There's definitely a relationship. I don't know if it's more than one relationship, but just a relationship that has impacted Tate in a way. You know, even going as far as like Run for the Hills, Grave's a great example, Hurt My Feelings. Like there's obviously something that is very much like staying with her throughout all this. Very interesting to hear over 2 albums, and I love the style. Also, Tate McRae has writing credits on, I think, every song. So like she's also writing her music, which is fucking sick. Okay, the next track is Stay Done. Got like the first little guitar track here. Wait, did she say, I hate that we have to break something just to realize we're at rock bottom? If that is what she says, I love that line because it's saying like, you don't realize how bad things are when you're in it until something bad happens that you're forced to kind of look at the whole situation, right? So if your relationship is like crumbling, but you don't know, but then something bad happens and you're like, oh wow, we really don't have a relationship. Like what fucking whiplash. Little country twang in there. See, this is both a love song, but it also can be very toxic for yourself, right? Like obviously the relationship's not great. It's not great. They're falling in and out of love. They are falling in and out of relationship with each other. And Tate is aware that it's not a good situation, but she cannot help but continue to go back. And we've all done this, and we're in the, like, we look at our future selves like now and we're like, why the fuck did I do that? But at the time I'm like, this is mission number 1 and the only thing that matters. Yes, that harmony, yes, all the things I love about pop production. Like the song because it kind of serves as a love song, but at the same time it almost is like I guess you could look at it in a positive way. Like, yeah, you could be in love with somebody and maybe you guys don't always get along, but the longevity of that relationship is going to be there. You've seen like grandparents that fight all day every day, but you know that they would kill for each other, you know what I mean? I also see it as possibly being toxic, right? Because like if you're not having a great relationship with somebody, it's only a disservice to yourself to keep jumping back in. It doesn't matter how many times I say that, we'll all still do it at some point in our lives again and again and again. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't feel bubbly at this moment, because she makes it feel like just this pretty love song. And it is. I think to an extent it is. And I think it's true. If you really love somebody, you're going to be there no matter what. But big but there. It still is not easy. Okay, we're not gonna do X's, although I fucking love this song so much. This is just like one of the best songs I've heard in a long time. It's so fucking good. So we're gonna go to We're Not Alike. Oh shit. Okay, so many opinions right now. First, I wasn't sure at first. I love the instrumental, but I was like, how is this gonna work? And at the verse, it was still like I wasn't latched on at first. It was one of those slower to grab you sort of verses. But the more that it built up and dropped into that verse or into that chorus, I like it. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I like her vocal style in this. She's matching this almost like alt rock sort of sound. It's coming from a little bit of a softer approach, but it has that very like real emotional depth that you would want from that. And it just feels like very real. I don't know. It just feels very real. So I love that all of that is coming together here. At the same time, song being, I think this must be a friendship that ended and not for a good way, because it seems like, you know, you said she was a girl's girl, that, you know, so AKA she'd have my back, she'd be here for me, but really she had the knife. She's the one who's stabbing me in the back. So she's, you know, obviously not great, but I love all those things coming together right there because she just sounds fucking cool in this, and it's cool style.
Now it looks so good, so when did you decide you want him instead?
Uh-oh. Kind of sounds like maybe this friend of yours went for this person that you liked, or maybe someone that you had been with. Can't quite tell. Yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah. I love how she says why right there. There it is. Woo! That went from I'm not sure if I like this song in the first 20 seconds to this is one of my favorite songs on the album now. It's just so good. It's just absolutely so good. Well written. I love that almost like alt rock approach, but at the same time, well, I would say like pop rock approach, but then it really still is pop emphasis. But I've said this about her before. I've heard her do a like pop rock sound, like a pop punk sound sort of, when we listened to it on I Used to Think I Could Fly. And what I said there was, if you look at an artist like Olivia Rodrigo, she tries to lean more towards the alt rock side of that genre. But in styles like this, I feel like Tate actually leans into the pop side of it. And so what that does is it eases up on the instrumental a little bit. It gives it a little bit more melody, a little bit more accessible, and those vocals and the writing style become like the most important. And I'm a really big fan of that. It's a cool way to do this style. I think she sounds really cool here. And again, by the end of the song, I just wanted to scream along with it. So this is a great album. Like I can just tell we just did 8 tracks. So 8 tracks, 2 of them I knew, but that's because I knew them. All of those songs are fucking good. That's half the album is fucking incredible so far. So that's sick. This is Calgary.
Same street, I'm 20, but I still feel like 15. Same fears, same dreams, still trying to get my brother to like me.
Why does that feel like so real? Like all of that lyricism, including the end, still trying to get my brother to like me. Like Calgary is literally like, let me give you a glance into being like a regular person in my life. What? Oh yeah, the vocal runs in that chorus and then those runs at the end, I'm here for it. And I love the meaning of this song. The idea just being like, you're from this town. You're from I don't know anything about Calgary. I know it's in Canada though, but you're from Calgary and you've got a family and you've got problems like everyone else. And you try to hide it and you try to do the right thing. And I feel like if you're Tate McRae, you're in a really weird space anyways, because you went from being that person to like, you're this mega star now. And there's a lot you deal with there, because just because you went from Tate McRae that people know to Tate McRae that everybody knows doesn't mean that like you have changed as a person. And so you end up, like she says, just getting really good at hiding it.
I say, figure it out and take a break. I'll figure it out. Maybe one day I'll finally get my shit together.
Woo!
Get out the bills are looking tempting.
Woo!
Mama's gone, but I'm still trying.
This is gonna be a good one live. Yep. I love the idea of people that, you know, make it big like this, just kind of singing about being regular, because everybody's regular until they're not, right? And I love that she even says like the people from my hometown didn't like me then, they definitely don't like me now. Like you're definitely not going to like me anymore just because now I'm famous. We weren't friends before. We're definitely not. In fact, you probably hate me more now because I made it. And I feel like it's, you know, everyone forgets that people have humble beginnings and people have roots, and it's just always fun for me to hear people sing about that from their perspective, because yeah, I think about that. Like what happened if tomorrow I was famous? Like, oh, I don't know, probably the same thing that's happening today, except more people would be aware of me. And that would probably give me enough anxiety to make me not leave my house. Although I don't leave my house now. But I really like this. I feel like this would be a really great song live. Don't know if she would perform it, but if she did, I feel like her show would have so much dancing and stuff that you would want some numbers like this just simply to fucking take a breath. I imagine she's just going ham all day, and that would be very challenging after a while, you know? Okay, the next track we're checking out is Messier. Messier.
Can talk in circles for hours, make a good day sour. Then you look me straight into my eyes.
Damn, you could talk about these things for hours to make a good day sour.
Gonna cry, back and forth, we're going at it, burning it alive. You know that I'm always yours, I'm so in love.
See, this is where Tate is fucking up again, just like in Stay Done, right? I just feel like if these are the emotions that are being invoked by this person that you love, this is not where you want to be. Like, that is not a good place to be. It inspires some great music, but that is just not where you want to be when it comes to a relationship. I can't imagine the anxiety of walking around essentially like on eggshells, not knowing when your relationship's just going to pop off in a negative way. Like, I feel like that is so much to hold on to. And I think a couple of these songs here, it kind of feels like that's what Tate is dealing with. Yeah, no, your mom wouldn't. Tate, no. Baby, run so far. This just doesn't seem like a good thing. And I can only say that from experience because I've definitely been in more than one relationship like this because fuck, right? It's just who we are as humans. We do some dumb shit sometimes. And this is it. We'll get ourselves stuck in a messier situation just because we're comfortable being in it. That's not love. Fuck, that's not good. Okay, no, damn it. I'm stopping you now, Tate. You're not dying for somebody that treats you like that. Fucking stop. No. Bad. Bad. Woo! Boom. So I'm going to say it. First off, she sounds incredible in this. Obviously, anytime there's a kind of vulnerability or an emotional level like that, I think Tate's really going to shine there. And she does a great job of portraying that emotion. The song lyrically, I feel like obviously is a train wreck just because this seems like a very negative space to be in. I'm not saying that it is for sure. I don't know. But it just kind of feels like a relationship where you guys are always lying to each other or fighting with each other, or somebody who can like just break you down to your core. I just kind of feel like maybe get away from that. And maybe that's what the song was about. The song is about, I love you so much, but like, this is killing me. I can't constantly be wanting to do this. This doesn't seem like love. She even says my mom wouldn't call this love. No, Tate, she wouldn't, because that's not a good thing. Everybody wants, you know, their child to be celebrated and treated respectfully and treated with love and care and kindness. And unfortunately, it doesn't sound like that's what's happening here. Two people that are willing to just lie to each other all the time. That's not really love. So I love the way she sounds in this though, because that vulnerability comes to life. Makes me feel like this is an introspective song of her going through these things in her head of why maybe this shouldn't be. Okay, this next track is called Think Later.
I do it so well. Met you in the night out in Boston.
Hey.
Put your hand on my thigh. I do it so well. Dance with ya, hand in my back pocket. I picture ya.
Hey.
In my neck, DM.
I just love when she's feeling herself like this. Damn. You know, like, when she gets on a track like this and she's just talking her shit, like I fucking love that, because you can go from the vulnerability, you know, the sadness, all those things, to a track like X's, right? Or a track like Think Later, where she's just talking her shit. She is just living that moment, living this place that she's ended up in her life. And I love this song. The idea being, I'm so good at just doing whatever the fuck I want to do and then having to think about it after the fact. So that can also be a bad thing. You know, people make some pretty poor decisions sometimes, but it kind of feels like to me, Tate is like, no, I'm just fucking celebrating this shit. She ain't stressed about not a fucking thing, yo. Oh yeah. She's just, this is it right here. Like, this is the kind of Tate McRae that I want. Actually, I want every version of this so far. It's fucking sick. But I like this version. I like when she is feeling herself, because what it does is that really invokes like just this attitude, this swagger about yourself. You got these badass fucking instrumentals behind you. You are in a very sick moment in your career. Like, you get your sophomore album out. Everyone's fucking hyped. You put out a single, gets 500,000 or 500 million fucking streams already. Like, she's the moment. Fucking own that shit. Talk your shit. Be that person, because fuck yeah. Live now, think later. This is Guilty Conscience. Hey. Are we listening to these lyrics here? We're going right back into something that is definitely like just not a good place to be in. I only see the things about you that I want to. Like, come on. I don't trust you on the weekends. Oh! I love this song so much. Tate is just saying, I know that you're not a great person for me. I know that you don't treat me well. I know that I can't trust you. I know that I can't hang out with you without feeling some type of way. And yet, I know that loving you is batshit crazy, but I'm in love with you. And that is what my guilty conscience is, that I'm in love with you. Ooh! So fucking catchy. Come on. Double vocal moments right here. I'm obsessed with this song. That is one of the best songs I've heard from her. So well written, executed perfectly, right runtime. Wow. It's the right runtime right there. I feel like there are so many just moments of music production and vocals and just pop music perfection that I love, all coming together in this, including the extremely repetitive in the best way chorus. I am so hooked on that. Live with a guilty conscience. I think that is just fucking, come on. Like, when you can execute a song like that, that is the type of shit that makes me wish I made music. I fucking wish I wrote that. I wish I wrote that hook and that melody. Somebody could probably look at the lyrics and be like, okay, well, like, there's not a lot going on in the lyrics. Yeah, but bruh, you got to listen to it with the music. Listen to it with the music. Listen to what she's doing, how she's delivering it, how they bring that, you know, second run of vocals at the same time. Bring it all to life. I want people to appreciate how fucking good this song is. Okay, this is Want That Too.
Probably think one day I forget it, but I won't. I gave you everything that I couldn't afford to lose. Something good, I know that you're gonna want that too.
Oh, come on. So I this kind of sounds to me like it is a similar feel from We're Not Alike, where it's somebody that is like, you feel like you're close with, but then they're envious of all these things that you have. So every time you end up with something good, they want to come for that. And it kind of feels like in this situation, it's the same thing. It's, you know, how come every time I feel this, like, I can't even like anything, because as soon as I want it, you're going to want that too. And it's just going to destroy me.
That's the only hand left that you gotta play. Keep saying one day I'll regret it, but I don't. Probably think one day when you come out of the blue.
Actually, this is, so maybe not even just We're Not Alike. This could also just be relationship based, because it kind of seems like, you know, every time that something good happens in Tate's life, this person shows back up, and every time they show back up, it just destroys not only that thing, but then Tate's momentum to move forward. Kind of getting that vibe too. she gets these like little like vocal breaks, little raspy pieces.
You're gonna want that.
I just feel like some of these songs, I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to see them live. I'm not quite sure what I don't know if she's going to do a Think Later track list just once. Like, you know, sometimes when an artist puts an album out, they'll play like that whole album. I would love to see that even just once, because there's some of these songs that I think really need to be experienced live. And as much as I would say it's the massive pop hits, obviously it is. I want to see Tate dance. She's fucking great at that. But I think these ballads are a little bit more interesting to me because she is such a great singer, and I want to know like what that looks like when she's standing up there, you know, kind of like being so vulnerable in these songs, especially like with this. I'd love to hear what that vocal sounds like and just what that performance looks like. This is one of those. Absolutely. Don't know if it's about a friendship or a relationship, but either way, it's the same outcome. Every time something good happens to Tate, it seems like this person comes out of nowhere, haven't been heard from or seen, there's nothing going on, boom, they pop up and they somehow are going to manage to steal the joy away because that's what they've always been good at doing. Okay, last track on this album is Plastic Palm Trees.
And nothing better to do. Now I go out with my new friends to a party downtown in a new dress till the liquor runs out every weekend. Go out somebody new. Thought that it was real, thought that it was worth it. Out the window, everything was looking perfect.
Oh yeah. How's she gonna end the song with this vocal perfection right here? Like, I love the delivery of this so much. Remember, vocal perfection doesn't always mean the highest run, the longest note. Sometimes it's just a really fucking cool like run and melody like this. Let's go.
Thought that I was fine, sitting in the backseat. In the mirror, really looked like I was happy, caught in a dream.
Woo! Love this. Plastic Palm Trees, fake illusion of fantasy, of tropical, of happiness. It's so interesting because a lot of places, like I lived in Vegas for a long time, and like I don't think palm trees are like native there. I'm pretty sure that they have to be brought in. And it's funny because you'll often find a lot of the palm trees are either like satellites, like little antennas, or like legit fake palm trees. And I think what that really shows is it's this facade, right? You see a palm tree and you think, Wonderland. You think like fucking paradise and everything's great and everything's perfect, but it's just a facade. It's just fake. It's fake. You think it's real until you get close enough to it that you can finally see it and you realize it's not as real as I thought it was. Yes. Woo! Oh. And the mirror really looked like I was happy. Like, fuck. Dude, her voice. With that little harmony. We did it. This song is fucking sad, and by the end there's no resolve there. It just turns out that she's starting to realize that it's not easy staring at plastic palm trees. It's not easy realizing that this is not what it seems to be. This is manufactured. I am not the person that I think I am. I am not as happy as I think I am. I am not living the dream I think I am. I'm kind of putting it all on, and that's really fucking real. And I feel like a lot of people make it to that point and they don't realize that, unfortunately, once you get into certain parts of your life, you make a certain monetary amount, things get a lot more fake. It seems like it'd get more real, right? But it gets a lot more fake. You meet a lot more of a fake type of person. Even she says here, the boyfriend that would only call when she was doing well. Like, there's obviously some issues going on. People are going for this thing and she's having to deal with that identity crisis. I think she executed this album so fucking perfectly. This is some of my favorite things that I hear in pop music, some of my favorite things that I hear in production coming to life. These instrumentals are incredible. I love the fact that throughout this album, she decided to add like several ballads in here, which I'm a fan of. I really do think that she has a voice that I want to hear more of in those situations. Definitely want to hear them live though. I think lyrically, Tate is struggling a little bit in her life, it seems, when it it comes to relationships, maybe even friendships too. It kind of feels like she had a pretty bad run either in one serious breakup or in a couple, but it kind of feels like they really took a toll on her in terms of like her understanding how important she should be in a relationship. Like I feel like Messier really kind of like shows that that's not the kind of relationship you really want to be in, and you don't deserve to be in a relationship like that. I don't think anybody does. And I think that a lot of this track list actually kind of pulls into that. But I will say the album title Think Later, when I think about the track, it doesn't hit as much as it resonates with the rest of these songs. So when I think of Think Later, obviously live now, think later. Have some great times, enjoy your moments, and that's true. That is a great way to live because you only get once sometimes. And so if you get a chance to go and do something fun or whatever, yeah, you don't want to think about it. But where Tate, I feel, runs into an issue with Think Later is maybe some of the relationship stuff. It kind of feels like she gives into her like weaknesses of herself. She gives into them for this person, all for that person to be the same person they always are. So you're living now. Yes, it feels good. We're back together, but you're not thinking about the reality of what just happened. And I think a lot of these songs are because of that, including Guilty Conscience. Like you end up in Guilty Conscience. You feel fucking guilty for loving this person that is just awful to you. I feel like there's a lot going on there, and I feel like there's even more to unpack the longer that I listen to this album. But right away, those are my pickups right now. Vulnerability is at a 10 on here, and I love that because these songs are not delivered in a way that would make you feel sad every time, though some of them do. I feel like there's a wonderful presence of 2000s inspired instrumentals. I feel like you could take Tate's vocals and sample them and stuff. You could take the instrumentals, and these could be hip hop songs too. Very important to me because that kind of production works so well in pop music. If you don't believe me, go listen to Thank You Next. That's all I got to say. I feel like that is a really great example of what that looks like. And I think Tate she did something special with her sophomore album. I Used to Think I Could Fly is such a great album. It is. I love that album. I love what she did there. I love some of the experimentation she did there and stuff. But like I said in that album, I love it because I can't wait to see what she builds on with this. And she absolutely did it here. And I know this album's going to do good because the singles before this album came out were already massive. Tate has been everywhere with these singles, and I'm so excited for her. This album's fucking sick. I hope that we get more from her. I'm really looking forward to checking out some live performances from Tate now that I've watched the music videos, watched one or two, and I've done the albums. I would really like to see what she's like live. So that's probably something we're going to be doing on Patreon. I feel like I need to do that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure if you're watching this on YouTube, you guys go check it out on Patreon. The video is over an hour long, and it's fun, and we don't cut anything out. We just jam the whole fucking thing. We appreciate Tate for all that she is in this album. YouTube version, I appreciate y'all being here too. Make sure to smash the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel so you guys don't miss anything else. Let me know what you guys want to see from Tate on this channel or other artists you want to see album reactions from. I imagine a lot of you guys might be new here, so subscribe and let me know. I love you. I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.